Hi guys, how's everyone doing? So if you're tuning in for the very first time, then my name's Marianne Hanson. I'm a counsellor at Any Journeys Counselling. I work with couples and I also work with individuals. Mainly the focus is on relationships, but I also work with individuals with depression, with stress and low self-worth. So some of the people that do come to see me for counselling, normally when it's around relationships, it could be because they've been single for quite a while, or the types of relationships that they've been putting themselves in have not been working out for them. They've been really unhealthy. So I get a lot of people who maybe struggle with on-off relationships, or they're in relationships with people who they feel are using them just for sex or using them for money or whatever the case may be, but they're not happy, basically. So I found this information and I can't remember where it is that I actually found it. I just saw it in one of my folders and I thought it would be a good opportunity to explore it in more depth now. So these are questions that you might want to ask yourself if you're a single person, if you've been single for quite a while, and this could be a man or a woman, and if you're kind of just struggling with the idea of why are things never working out for me, why are my relationships, I can't maintain them, or things always go wrong, or I'm just not happy and I just need to really uncover what's going on. So the first question is, what is it that you actually want in terms of love? So many people don't really identify what it is that they actually want when it comes to a relationship. And you might say, all these superficial things like, I just want someone tall, I just want someone who's a good listener, I just want this, but I'm talking about in terms of what type of relationship do you want? Do you want something serious? Do you want something casual? Are you afraid to say that what it is that you really want because you're worried what people will say? I think as a male, as a man, if a man says that, I'm not looking for anything serious, I just want to go out and sleep with lots of women, that is still probably more accepted in society. If a woman was to say that, for many women, they wouldn't say it purely on the basis they'd think they'd be judged. But it's about what you actually want. There's no point in you going on lots of dates or, being open to something when it's not actually in your heart. It's not what you want. So the second question says, what are you committed to doing so that you can make it happen? So if you've been single for a long period of time, then I think it is always good to sit down and reflect on what's the reason. Now, everyone usually will come out and say, oh, you're too fussy, that's the reason, or it's because you're always busy, or it's because you don't give men a chance, or whatever. Don't listen to what anyone else is saying. You have to identify yourself. Have you been committed to the process? Do you give more time and energy to other things than you do to relationships? Whatever you give time and energy and effort to is always going to manifest itself. So if you're putting in the work and you're putting in the time to socialise, to go to networking events, to whether it's going online to find someone, whether it's speaking to people and saying if they know anyone that's kind of also seeking love, as long as you're taking action, it shows commitment. So I think that's something for you to consider. Are you putting in enough time? And if not, can you do that? Then the third question is, what is it that you're doing or not doing that might be preventing you from having the relationship you want? So this is about self-sabotage, really. There's probably lots of unconscious things that we all do as human beings. They're unconscious or automatic, are things that we're just used to doing, and we're not even aware that we're doing them. So there could be quite a lot of things that we're doing. So one of the key things could be, if you've been independent for quite a while, maybe it's when you're having discussions or conversations, you might be saying things like, well, I don't need a man or a woman in my life because I can do everything myself. Or it could be that when you do get invited to dates, you say yes, but then you cancel because you find other things to do. It could be that you're, I don't know, there's lots of probably little things if we was to sit down that maybe we could identify that we're doing that is actually preventing us from having the very thing that we say we want in our life. Number 4 is, do you detect in yourself any discomfort, worry or fear? So they're all negative emotions. And sometimes when we have like feelings of worry or fear, whether it's to do with money, whether it's to do with relationships, whether it's to do with jobs, business, whatever it's related to, the first step is to identify what is that fear and worry about. Because fear and worry are just emotions. You have to go dig beneath them to understand what's underlying them. So one of your fears when it comes to relationships could be that you fear that things will change. If you're in a relationship, you'll lose maybe your time, you'll lose your identity. These are not all truths, they're just fears that are probably haven't been recognised or realised yet. Maybe you feel that you'd have to open yourself up, you'd have to become more vulnerable. Now, if all of these fears and worries are kind of at the root of how you're walking around feeling, you're going to project them in some way, whether it's energetically or in another way. So it's good to identify them and then to work through them. And the final question that you should maybe ask yourself is, what outcome do you fear, and what's the worst that could happen if you got what you wanted? So this comes up a lot as well when it comes to things like success and other areas. If you want something really badly, you also have sometimes a dual feeling of worry about getting it if you get this thing. So say you're a singer and you have been singing in your bedroom and you've been singing at little concerts and everyone told you how wonderful you are. A part of you would love to be signed by a record deal and become, you know, as big as Beyonce and just become famous. But another part of you is probably dreading it because you're thinking, my world's going to change, I'm not going to have freedom, maybe it's going to be really bad, maybe it's going to just be too much pressure. So it's about understanding the outcome of what it is that you want and working on that fear, because if you don't uncover it and work through it, then it's the same as with the other question. If you don't deal with those fears, worries, anxieties, then it's unlikely you're going to get what you want, or you'll get it but you just won't keep it. So I hope you found this video useful. I'll leave all my details below, as always, where you can send me a counselling inquiry, you can send a referral, you can also like, comment, share this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon on another video. Take care, bye.